Hello, Mark. I'm going to read Vocabulary Book Chapter 30. Abrasive, admonish, antithesis, culmination, docile, emulate, hierarchy, incapacitate, prognosis, tumult. 10 words in context. In the space provided, write a letter of the meaning closest to that of each bold-faced word. Use the context of the sentences to help you figure out each word's meaning. Abrasive, adjective. Pumice stone, naturally abrasive substance, can be used for rubbing away rough spots on the feet. Roz has an abrasive personality. Critical and negative. She always seems to rub people the wrong way. Abrasive means A. Simple, B. Harsh, C. Common. Admonish, verb. When a guide found the hikers deep in the woods but unhurt, he admonished them for straying off the trail because the little girl had spent her entire allowance on candy. Her parents admonished her for wasting her money. Admonish means A. To lead, B. To criticize, C. To irritate. Antithesis, noun. My taste in music is the antithesis of my brother's. I like heavy metal, played loud. He likes soft classical music. Pauline's free-spirited second husband is the antithesis of her first, who was a very timid and cautious man. Antithesis means A. The reverse, B. Something superior, C. An imitation. Culmination, noun. For an actor or actress, receiving an Academy Award is often the culmination of many years of effort. Progressing from drama school to bit parts to major roles. The Super Bowl is the culmination of the entire personal football season. All the rivalries, victories, and defeats lead up to this final contest. Culmination means A. A series, B. A cause, C. A final high point. Docile, adjective. After only a month of obedience training, our uncontrollable puppy calmed down, learned to pay attention to us, and became far more docile. Drugs and even surgery have been used in mental hospitals to make violent patients docile, so that they could be managed more easily. Docile means A. Obedient, B. Strong, C. Curable. Emulate. Jessie has always tried to emulate her older sister. She tries hard to do just as well as her sister, if not better, in school, at sports, and in popularity. Youngsters often want to emulate famous athletes. They train almost as hard as the champions do, with dreams of someday being as skilled as their heroes. Emulate means A. To admire, B. To imitate, C. To submit to. Hierarchy, noun. The armed forces are a clear example of a strict hierarchy. Everyone has a specific rank and must follow the orders of those whose rank is higher. Pam soon learned that all requests and suggestions had to be passed up through the levels of the company hierarchy. She could communicate directly with her own boss, but not with the boss's boss, let alone the company president. Hierarchy means A. A ranked system, B. A training system, C. A large system. Incapacitate. Lecture was cancelled because the speaker was incapacitated by the flu. My mother can't tolerate alcohol. Even half a glass of wine incapacitates her, all she can do is giggle for a while and then go to sleep. Incapacitate means A. To irritate, B. To concern with, C. To disable. Prognosis. Now, Nathan's operation went well. The surgeon's prognosis is that Nathan will fully recover, unless strict legislation is passed to reduce acid rain. The prognosis for the world first will remain poor. Prognosis means A. A forecast, B. An illness, C. An organization. Tumult. Now, spectators at a hockey match are often wild and noisy, and the tumult becomes even greater during a sudden death over time. On New Year's Eve, the tumult in Times Square reached such proportions that the crowd could be heard a mile away. Tumult means A. A damage, B. Uproar, C. Friction. Matching words with definitions. Following are definitions of the 10 words. Clearly write or print each word next to its definition. The sentences above are on the previous page will help you decide on the meaning of each word. Tumult. The noisy disorder of a crowd. A commotion. Incapacitate. To make unable or unfit, especially for normal activities. Disable. Docile. Tending to give in to the control or power of others without resisting. Easy to handle or discipline. Willingly led. Abrasive. Able to cause a wearing away by rubbing or scraping. Rough, irritating. Prognosis. A prediction of the course, outcome, or fate of something, especially disease or injury. Admonish. To scold gently but seriously. Antithesis. The exact opposite. Culmination. The highest point or degree or series of actions or events. The climax. Emulate. To try to equal or surpass, especially by imitation. Imitate. Hierarchy. Organizations of people in a series of levels, according to importance or authority. Caution. Do not go any further until you are sure the above answers are correct. Then you can use the definitions to help you in the following practices. Your goal is eventually to know the words well enough so that you don't need to check the definitions at all. Sentence check 1. Using the answer line provided, complete each item below with the correct word from the box. Use each word once. A. Abrasive. B. Admonish. C. Antithesis. D. Culmination. E. Docile. F. Emulate. G. Hierarchy. H. Incapacitate. I. Prognosis. J. Tumult. At the rock concert, the audience grew more and more excited and out of control. There was such tumult that no one could hear the music. I ruined a non-stick frying pan by using an abrasive cleanser on it. The surface rubbed right off. The runner was incapacitated by a sprained ankle and had missed the big race. Wendell's ideas about furniture are the antithesis of mine. He likes colonial maple, but I like ultramodern tubular steel. The hierarchy of the Roman Catholic Church goes from the parish priest up through bishops, archbishops, and cardinals to the Pope at the head. Mother admonished us for spending too much money on her birthday gift, but we could see that she was pleased. The company is financially sick, and unless some changes are made in top management, the prognosis is poor. It could go out of business. In Prison movie, the convict acted very docile while planning a riot. The guards, who weren't too bright, keeping congratulating the inmates on being so well behaved. In colonial America, many people believed in and feared witches. Hysteria over witch hunting reached its culmination in Salem, Massachusetts, where 19 supposed witches were put to death. "If you want to emulate Elvis Presley, fine," my mother said, but try to match his energy and words on stage, not his self-destructiveness. Note: Now check your answers to these questions by turning to page 179. Going over the answers carefully will help you prepare for the next two practices for which answers are not given. Sentence check 2. Using the answer lines provided, complete each item below with 2 words from the box. Use each word once. Antithesis: docile. The rebellious little girl, always demanding more and more autonomy, was the antithesis of her obedient, docile sister. They were an incongruous pair of siblings. The prognosis for Dale's arthritis is not encouraging. Her doctor didn't equivocate, but told her frankly that in time it may incapacitate her completely. Beth moved steadily up to the company hierarchy until she was named president. This appointment, the combination of 20 years of hard work and dedication, put her at the pinnacle of her career. Corey has many good qualities that I would like to emulate, but his abrasive manner is a handicap. He estranges people because he rejects any ideas that diverge from his own. Gil didn't expect the children's behavior in the car to be impeccable, but the tumult in the back seats finally reached such a level that he had to admonish them. Final check. Firing our boss. Here is a final opportunity for you to strengthen your knowledge of the 10 words. First, read the following selection carefully, then fill in each blank with a word from the box at the top of the previous page. Context clues will help you figure out which word goes in which blank. Use each word once. My stint in the bookkeeping department had lasted for 3 years when J. Keller was brought in as department head. I don't expect supervisors to be pals with their subordinates, and I don't object to being admonished when I've done something wrong. Keller's criticisms, however, was constant and harsh, and the office atmosphere seemed permitted by his antipathy toward us. His abrasive styles made everyone in the department miserable. Keller was the complete antithesis of Charter Borden, our previous boss, who had been so thoughtful that we all tried to emulate her. In contrast, Keller's mere presence could incapacitate us to a point where we could hardly add 2 and 2. Within a few weeks, even the most docile employees were getting rebellious and starting to have subversive thoughts. Our frustration and anger finally reached combination when Keller loudly belittled a new worker in front of everyone else, using such derogatory terms stupid airhead that he made her cry furious. We suddenly decided that our only recourse was to go over Keller's head, to ignore the company hierarchy and present our denunciation of Keller directly to his boss. Our meeting in her office began in tumult, but then we settled down and told our story, trying to be as lucid as possible, so she could understand exactly what had been going on. We concluded with the contention that ours was a deeply troubled department, and that if Keller said the prognosis for it was no good, everyone else would quit. That was Friday afternoon. On Monday morning, our spontaneous action proved to be successful. We had a new boss. Scores. Sense check 2. Final check. Enter your scores above and in the vocabulary performance chart on the inside back cover of the book. Thank you for listening.